Be aware if you shop at Waitrose. For those not in the UK, Waitrose is a supermarket, and Waitrose almost killed me. I'm not joking. I survived despite Waitrose's best efforts to see me buried under the ground. So let me explain why I come out with that bold statement of mine. And I do need to contact Waitrose at some point in time and propose that they actually do something for people who have serious chronic health conditions rather than just shove loads of junk everywhere. Now, I'm about to come out with some more information. I have just shared a video. I'm doing 2 videos, one on endometriosis, PCOS and menopause, and another one on diabetes. And I'm just trying to share the chronic health conditions that I've been juggling since I was 19 years of age. And no matter how healthy I was, trying to avoid what my aunts, my mom, my sisters and my nieces have gone through. Even eating organic, even doing yoga, meditation, dog walks, exercise, I just failed. And I eventually got smacked in the face when menopause hit me with diabetes. I've reversed it all. I live fantastic and healthy and eat normally now. I am conscious about what I eat. I've educated myself more, and this is what I wish to share. But what shocked me is the lack of information the doctors gave me and the amount of in our food. And it's even worse now. So I don't know if you know this, but since Brexit, the UK food standards have got worse. We do not have to follow EU law anymore, and actually major parts of the EU have much higher food standards than us. One of the best countries for food standards is Japan. They just ban so many things that we in Europe eat. And of course in America it's even worse than here in Europe. But England, Britain is like little America now. We are almost as unhealthy as America is. I've worked abroad for years. Italy, Spain, Switzerland, Germany, their food standards are way higher than here. And then I learned recently that in December 23, we came out of a contract, our last contract with the EU, that agreed that we would follow certain food standards. So as of December last year, we now can do whatever we want to our food, and boy do they do that. They shove loads of junk in our food terribly. So let me explain to you why Waitrose almost killed me. Now, for those who are not from the UK, Waitrose is a supermarket that sells food, and it's one of the most expensive ones. It's where posh people like me, or people who think they're posh, go and buy their food. And I kind of think that if I'm going to go to an expensive supermarket and pay 4 or 5 times the amount of all the cheaper supermarkets, I damn well expect good quality food. Oh boy, was I in for a shock. So a couple of years ago, I started to get perimenopause symptoms. And this triggered previous health issues that I had overcome, like my PCOS. And PCOS is a cousin to diabetes. So I got a big wham in the smack over the head with, whoa, here comes menopause and it's going to beat you up. And I was not prepared for it at all. And I was really shocked at what menopause can do to a woman's body. And out of the blue, I just got hit really hard by it. Now, it probably wouldn't have been as bad if I wasn't working in a really awful environment, very stressed at work, with some really horrible people. And I always try to help people and do my best, but I also often get called into toxic environments because that's the environment that I work in. So yes, I was very stressed at work. And I got a virus in the November that made me really ill the following February, so that when I got another virus in February, I was even more ill. And I don't normally get viruses anymore. I used to all the time, because with endometriosis, you have an immune suppressed system. And so you catch everything and get really ill. And when I was hit with menopause, I got very big problems. And as a result of some of these problems, I became severely anemic. So I was trying to follow the doctor's advice and everyone else and deal with the anemia. So I went to Waitrose and I started to buy what I thought was really healthy stuff. Stuff from the free from, horrifying, now I know what I know, and stuff from the vegetarian section. So I went meat-free. Well, I didn't go fully meat-free because I got anemia because I went vegetarian with my spiritual practice. And I was like, my body doesn't deal with that. I've battled anemia since I was 19 years old and I can't do that. But I only ate meat once or twice a week. And I went to the vegetarian section at Waitrose thinking it was healthy. I went to the free from section thinking it was healthy. And I got loads of things that I thought would help me lose weight, help me get better, help be nutritional. And of course, then I also like to treat myself at the Waitrose deli counter. And I pay extra money for their olives, thinking they're extra fresh and healthy from the deli counter. And over a period of about 8 or 10 months, I couldn't understand why I was trying to eat healthier and I was getting sicker. And a few months later, I'd resolved my anemia, but then I was severely diabetic. I was creating ketones. I was really ill. I went from a size 20 to a size 14 overnight. My PCOS made me bigger, so it was like hard not to be big. And I crashed. I nearly ended up in A&E on a dialysis machine because my kidneys were failing, and on insulin because my liver and pancreas were failing. And I can't believe how fast it happened. I mean, this was all within a year of perimenopause starting. I became severely anemic and then severely diabetic. And I was just like, oh my goodness. And then they thought I was type 1 diabetic because of how ill I was. Now, I just so happen to be an energy healer, so I've undone it all. I actually resolved everything in a week. It was that fast and shocking, and the tools I have are amazing. And but I was still monitoring my sugars at this point. So I had one of the little discs that you wear on your arm, and it was attached to an app, and I got real-time information as to what I was eating. And I kept going to Waitrose thinking I was buying healthier, more expensive food to do the right thing by my body. And I couldn't understand why my glucose was still spiking. And so then I got really strict. And this one week, I ate nothing but salad. And I had the really lovely Greek salad this one night. And then my glucose went really high and I was really ill for about 36 hours afterwards. And I sat there going, I don't understand. Why am I so sick? I don't understand why I'm so sick. And I went back to Waitrose, and for the third time in a row, I went to the deli counter to get my normal selection of olives. I like all their olives, but my particular favourite is the garlic stuffed olives. I love the olives that have a little garlic clove in them. Oh, love it. And I said to them, can I just double check with you? I said, I've asked you before, they are only coated in olive oil, right? And she went, oh yeah, they're olives, they're in olive oil. I said, well, that's what I thought. I said, and you said last time that they were. I said, and the lady before you said it was just olive oil. I said, but I had a Greek salad the other day, and the only thing I wasn't 100% sure of in the ingredients was the olives from your deli bar, because they don't have many ingredients on them, and I don't know what's in them. And she said, no, I'm sure it's olive oil. And she had a look at the label, and the back of the label couldn't see it. So then she got her little gadget out and looked on the back office online details, looked them up, and she went, oh no, I'm surprised they're covered in rapeseed oil actually. And I said, that's really toxic for me as a diabetic. I actually react negatively to things like palm oil, vegetable oils, rapeseed oils. I could eat a cheesecake and be healthier than anything with those oils in them, which surprises me as a diabetic, because I thought diabetes was all about sugars, but it isn't. The oils bother my body more, and I don't have a sweet tooth anyway, so it's not a problem. But I'm just saying, I can eat a carrot cake and I can eat a cheesecake and my glucose doesn't spike. But if I have rapeseed oil or palm oil, I'm really sick for 2 days. I can't change my glucose after that. So I was really upset, because for 3 times, if I hadn't have pushed her, she would have just said, yes, it's olive oil again, because that's what most people think, right? You go to a deli counter, you get fresh olives, they're going to be in olive oil. No, rapeseed oil. So then I really struggled I really started to really look at ingredients even closer, as if I hadn't already been doing that for a year. And I did a video that I'm putting in my course with my daughter. I am horrified going round the free from and the vegetarian section, and how many bad oils and syrups there are, and corn and maize. Corn is maize is corn. Syrups and starches that they add to all these things. Well, corn is high GI index. And what shocked me the most is a lot of my children's friends are on the special needs spectrum somewhere. And I know that they all go to the free from section to get stuff that's free from wheat and gluten. And I looked at it and I was investigating it all with my daughter, and I said, the Waitrose free from is more dangerous with what they've put in to make people want to eat it than the gluten and wheat that they've taken out. I was like, I can't believe kids with special needs, kids who are on prescription medicine, are eating this stuff that is loaded with sugar and syrups. Now, all a syrup is a watery sugar. It's like a liquid sugar. So it's just an extra strong sugar made from something that isn't even a natural sugar. So there's some good sugars. In the 50s, everyone looked healthy and fit because they would have things like maple syrup and honey and, you know, healthy sugars. And coconut sugar's not too bad. However, we're not getting those nice sugars in our food chain. No, we're getting really savage, toxic, dangerous sugars because they're cheaper. So if you're going to the free from section in Waitrose, you're actually eating really bad food. I won't touch it. I see it as toxic to me now. Everything in there I just see as toxic. And I can't even bear to think how bad cheaper supermarkets are. What they must be doing to their food to make it more affordable when the posh one does this absolutely horrifies me. I've seen videos of how salads have genetically modified. So my point is, do not be foolish like me. Do not think that just because you're paying more money, you're going to get higher quality food. I was absolutely shocked at the rubbish that is in the food that I purchased from Waitrose, thinking if I'm paying more, I'm going to get better quality, and it's not true. The food standards in the UK have now dropped so severely, we're almost as horrifying as the US. Now, I've lived in America for 2 years. I've got loads of lovely friends that I really like there, but their food is terrible. Our standards were always higher, but now we're not following EU laws anymore. They can put in whatever they want. They don't have to label things. They don't have to tell you what's in them. They don't have to give you any information. So if you have a chronic health condition, you need to wisen up. You need to know your body. You need to know what you're putting in it, and you need to be careful, because I honestly am shocked and horrified of what is in our food and how low our food standards have gone down since the pandemic, since lockdown, and since Brexit. It has really shocked me. So I hope that you learned something from this today. I hope I've been helpful for you. My health is so much better now that I understand all these things. And comment below if you've been shocked by something you found in the supermarkets. One of the biggest things that surprised me was free from bagels. Oh my goodness. Have a look on the ingredients when you next... I loved bagels with Marmite. Absolutely one of my favourites. Or bagels with cottage cheese. And I thought I was being healthy. But then I looked at the free from ingredients, and now if I did treat myself to a bagel, it would not be from the free from section in Waitrose. So despite their best efforts, they did not kill me. I did realise that actually paying more doesn't necessarily mean you get healthier, better food. And I have learned from this. So hope this is helpful. Tell me what you've learned about the food in the UK too, or even in your country. I know the Japanese are super healthy, and in Switzerland, I worked there as well. That was really healthy. Italy is really healthy. Let me know about where you are. How is your food? Because in the UK, if you're going to come and visit as a tourist, I'd pack your own flipping lunch if I was you. See you soon.